Hi everyone, I hope you've had a really lovely half-term holiday and you're ready to begin our maths for this week. So today we're going to be looking at fact families. Our star words for today are fact family, number sentence and tens frame. Now if you remember a fact family from when we've done it before, this is when you make addition and subtraction number sentences using a part-whole model. Right, let's start with a power up to warm up those brains. So this here is a number machine, and this number machine adds 2 to any number that's going in. What I want you to do is see if you can figure out what number is being shown here on this tens frame and add 2 to it. Once you've done that, you can then add 2 to 13, 14 and 15. Have a go now at doing that. Pause the video and come back after. Have you done that? Well done. Let's just quickly go through those answers. So if we look here, let's look at what number is going in. See, we have a group of 10 and 2 ones, which I know makes the number 12. So if we're going to add 2 to 12, I can count on. So I'll get those 2 on my fingers and go 12, 13, 14. So the number that would be coming out is 14. Now if I was to put 13 in and then add 2 more again, those are my 2, it would be 13, 14, 15. Then if I was to put 14 in and add 2, that would make 14, 15, 16. And if I was to put 15 in, it would make 15, 16, 17. So well done if you got all of those correct. Okay, let's discover today's learning. Our first question says, how many fingers are the children holding up? Make a number sentence to show this. So here at the top of my fact family house, I have something that looks a bit like a part-whole model. So we can use this to help us. We need to begin by finding out what our 2 parts are. And the 2 parts are going to be how many fingers each child is holding up. Let's begin with this boy here. Can you see how many fingers is he holding up? Well done. He's holding up 8 fingers. Now, how many fingers is the girl holding up? That's going to be our next part. That's right, she's holding up 10 fingers, and we know that because she's holding them all up. Now, can you remind me, what do I need to do to find the whole? Brilliant, I need to count them all together or add the 2 amounts of fingers together. I'm going to do this by counting on from 10 because I know this girl has 10. Can you help me count? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So my whole is 18. Now, I can begin by making my first number sentence in my fact family house. I know that I had the 8 fingers from this boy and the 10 fingers from the girl, and I added them together to make 18. So my number sentence is going to be 8 plus 10 equals 18. So now we can do 1b. It says, can you create a fact family? So here is how I'm going to create the rest of my fact family house. Now I've done my first number sentence in the house already. 8 plus 10 equals 18. And if I have a look, my next number sentence is another addition number sentence. Now I'm only going to be using the numbers from this part-whole model here, so I'm not going to be using the number 6 or the number 12 because they are not in my part-whole model, and so they can't be part of my fact family. All of these number sentences are going to involve these numbers in my part-whole model in the roof of my house. So to make my next addition number sentence, I need to switch the parts in my number sentence. So here, if I have a look at it, this is my first part 8 and this is my next part 10. I need to switch them around to get to the next number sentence. You ready? Let's do that. Fantastic. So we've got 8 plus 10 equals 18 and 10 plus 8 equals 18 as well. Now, this is when I always say to my class that poor whole, or the whole number here, which is 18, is beginning to feel a bit sad. And he's feeling a bit sad because he's always at the end of the number sentence and he wants a turn at the beginning of the number sentence. But can you add a part to a whole? No, you're right. You can't add a part to a whole. You have to take away. That's because the whole is the biggest number. So you need to make it smaller, not bigger. And to make a number smaller, you need to take away. So in my next number sentence, I'm going to give the whole a turn at the front and I'm going to take away my part, which I know will leave my final part. So, you ready? I'm going to put in my next number sentence. There we go. So, I've put my whole at the front and I've taken away a part. I've taken away here 10, which I know will leave my final part. Now, I've got one more subtraction number sentence to do. Have a little reminder. What can you switch in a part-whole model? Can you switch the part and the part or a part and a whole? Well done. You can only switch a part and a part. So see if you can find the parts in my number sentence here and have a go at switching them around. Have you done that? Let's check. Here we go. So my part here was 10. And my part here was 8, and all I've done is switch them around, and you can see my final number sentence is 18 take away 8 equals 10. And there we go, we've made our first fact family. Okay, let's think together to work out our next question. Here it says there are 20 counters in a box. 12 of the counters are red and the rest are yellow. How many yellow counters are in the box? So here I can see that represented using our tens frames. We've got 2 tens frames, which we know when they're full up will make 20. And already we have got the 12 red counters in there for us. And I can tell that because there's a group of 10 and 2 ones. What we need to do is fill up the rest of that tens frame and find out how many yellow counters there are. Are you ready? There we go, we've filled up that tens frame. Can you help me count to see how many yellow ones there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8. Right, let's see what we need to do next. It says, can you create a fact family for this sum? So let's start by filling up the roof of our fact family, which is just like a part-whole model. We can use the information we've already got. We know there were 12 red counters, so 12 is going to be my first part. Then there were 8 yellow counters, so that's going to be my next part. Do you remember how many there were in total with 2 tens frames filled up? That's right, there are 20, which is going to be my whole. Now, what we need to do is make our fact family with 2 addition questions and 2 subtraction questions. Have a little remind me help me remember. If we're doing an addition question, can we add the whole to a part? No, you're right, we wouldn't be able to do that because that would make an even bigger number, and the biggest number is always the whole. So we're going to need to add our 2 parts together. Do you think you could tell the person you're with the first number sentence that we could write? Have you done that? Amazing. Let's check. The first number sentence we can write is 12 plus 8 equals 20. Now, that is our part adding our other part to make our whole. We now need to make another addition question, but like we said, we can't add the whole 20 numbers. We must be adding the parts together. We need to switch the two parts around to find our next number sentence. Do you think you could pause the video here and tell the person you're with what our next number sentence would be if we switched around the two parts? Remember, our parts are 12 and 8. Have you done that? Well done. Let's have a check. Our next number sentence would be 8 plus 12 equals 20. Right, now we've got to do our subtraction questions. So here we are going to give 20 a turn at the front because he's feeling a little bit sad always being at the end. But because 20 is our whole, we can't add to it because it would make an even bigger number, and we know our whole is the biggest number, so we must be taking away. See if you can pause the video here and think about what we could take away and what the answer would be. Remember, we're not using any other numbers but the numbers in the roof of our house or the numbers in our part whole model. So have a little pause of the video and tell the person you're with what number sentence we could make. Have you done that? Brilliant. Let's have a check. Here we go. We could do 20 take away 12 equals 8. That's 20 our whole, take away our part 12, which must leave our other part 8. Now, we've got one more number sentence to do. Now remind me, what bits of a part whole model can we switch around? Can we switch a part and a part or a part and a whole? That's right, we can switch around the two parts. It doesn't matter which way they go. So have a look at this number sentence here, our first subtraction number sentence, and see if you can switch around those two parts to make our final number sentence. Pause the video and tell the person you're with what that would be. Have you done that? Incredible. Let's check. Here we go. 20 take away 8 equals 12. Can you see there? We've switched around the parts 12 and 8 to create our final number sentence. Okay, let's do our final question. Here it's a bit different. We've already got the roof of our house, which is like our part whole model, and below we're missing some numbers. So we're going to need to use this information to help us find the missing numbers. So we've got 6 as a part and 7 as a part, and 13 is the whole. Let's look at these missing numbers. So in our first number sentence it says 6 plus something equals 13. So I know that to make an addition number sentence I need to add the part and the part to make the whole. If we're already using 6, can you use the information in our roof here to tell me what my missing part is going to be? That's right, it's 7. So we've got 6 plus 7 equals 13. Right, let's look at the next one. So we know in the next one, below the addition sentence, we are switching round the two parts. Here we started with 6 plus 7 equals 13. What must we be starting with this time then? Well done. If we're switching around the parts, this time we must be starting with 7. So we've got the parts 7 plus 6. What do we think that's going to equal? Amazing. It will equal the whole, which is 13 again. Great job. Right, now let's look. The next one is a subtraction question. And we know that 13 has got a bit sad being at the end of both of these number sentences. He began to cry and wants a turn at the front of the number sentence. But we must be taking away because the whole is the biggest number. So here it says 13 take away something equals 7. Have a little think and use the information in the roof of our fact family to see if you can find out what that missing number is. Have you done that? Incredible. Let's see if you're right. There we go. The missing number is 6. Right, let's do this final subtraction number sentence. So, have a little think. What can we switch here? Can we switch the whole and a part or the parts and the parts? Amazing, we can switch the part and the part. So use the number sentence before, switch around those parts to make this final number sentence. Pause the video here and tell the person you're with what that final number sentence is going to be. Have you done that? Well done. Let's take a look. 13 take away 7 equals 6. So here we've just switched around those parts. Right, your task for today is to complete these fact families. As you can see here, you have got your part whole model at the top and some missing numbers. So have a go at doing these. Then your challenge is to create your very own fact family for this part whole model here. Here your whole is 20, one of your parts is 6 and the other part is 14. So have a go at creating 2 addition sentences and 2 subtraction sentences for this part whole model. Don't forget to send a picture to your teacher of your incredible work. Well done for all your work you've done today. You've done incredibly. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.